If you ever want to install a string swing, I'm going to show you how to do it in a few minutes. So kind of keep track because it's going to be a lot. So this is what you get in the box. You get the aluminum plate. That's where the guitars are going to hang on. Pretty simple. You're also going to get a bunch of hardware, which is great because you don't have to worry about that. Now there's a little sealant strips just go inside to hide the holes and aesthetic. These are the hangers, heavy duty hangers, and this is the thing that connects to the hangers that connects them to the plate. Now this is what you're going to need. You're going to need a stud finder. You can get this one at Home Depot and see how it has a bunch of lines that are lined all the way to the far to the right is the end of the stud, the one to the left, the end of the stud as well. And see how I mark 3 dots, middle stud, left, end of the left, end of the right. You're also going to want either a self-leveling like this one. This is a Fantic one. It's pretty great. It levels itself so you don't have to worry about making it straight. And also a drill. I got Fantic as well because Fantic are my boys. You know, they send me a bunch of stuff. So their products are great, so I don't have to worry about it. Also, get a drill bit like this. That's the size for it, and I'll get to that a little later. But make sure you get one easier. Now, you're going to want to set up your laser level or just make sure everything's level. Mark wherever level is for you and however you're going to do it because you're going to make sure everything's nice and straight. You don't want nothing crooked, okay? And now you're going to get your stud finder. We're starting already, okay? Now you get your stud finder and you see how I have everything already pre-marked already. I'm just trying to show you how I'm doing it so you could do it. So you see how I'm using stud finder. There's nothing there and the studs show up right there. And then it shows up right here. You see how it's green in the middle and it shows you that's exactly where the middle is of the stud is, right? So that's why I like that stud finder. Now we're going to go back to that drill bit that I got. Basically what I do with that drill bit is once I mark my left and my right and my center, I'm going to make tiny little holes with this drill bit just to make sure that I go all the way and I hit a stud. Because, I mean, I could just mark it and, start, go to town and just pray to whoever and make sure my self-tapping screw goes in. But what if it doesn't? See how my drill going right on the screw, my mark, and the drill went straight through. So there's no stud there. The stud is a little to the left. The stud finders aren't always 100% accurate, and that's something you want to triple check because last thing you want to do is just screw into straight drywall and then hang the guitars and everything falls. So that's why I tell you to get this bit. It just makes it a little easier, and then these holes will be covered up. The reason why I made them lower so you could see, but these holes are going to be covered up once you put the plate on there, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's my left, that's my right, and my center is not right there, but right here. Got it? Pretty easy, right? Make sure this little lip is facing down, not up. I forgot why, but it tells you in the instructions. So I'm trying to be a little guide for you because I was very confused when I was installing this. It's my first time installing it. Then again, there's a first for everything. So pretty simple once you understand it, but it took me a while. So you're going to want to see where you mark the middle of your stud. You're going to want to mark it on your plate. You want, you want to make sure that each plate has at least 2 studs, It's not on just one stud. So remember that bag? This is what you get inside. You get this little sticky stuff. You get the center plate, and you get self-tapping screws, and you also get a Phillips head. They provide all this, which is great, and these parts are super heavy duty. You don't have to worry about anything. This is a self-tapping guide. Now, basically what this does is it's going to hold the little screw in, and this little guide, you're going to put it onto the metal plate. You see the little line right there in the middle? I aligned that with the little dot that I made, and you're just going to pre-drill the holes. That's what I do. Some people pre-drill the holes with like a drill bit and make a hole, but what if it comes out too big? Then the thing's going to be loose, and it's a whole other deal. Make sure you use these to self-tap because these are self-tapping, and you're going to hold it, and you're going to press hard and drill into it, and it's going to make a hole. Like, it's going to go through it. So I didn't believe it at first because that's what it said in the instructions. It said, yeah, just drill through it. I was like, what the hell? I didn't believe it, and check this out. It works. That's crazy. That's just crazy to me because that plate, it's super thick. So if you have one of these and you're seeing this video and you have it, you'll understand why I thought it was crazy. Anyway, once you have 2 of the string swings together, because you will have 2, you're going to want to make sure that that plate right there is in the middle. It's basically there for reinforcement, just to kind of strengthen everything. Now, usually in the instructions, I believe it tells you to put it on the right side first and then hammer the left side in. But my wall's a little janky, so I had to put it on the left side and then angle it in and hammer it in. But you want to make sure that the plate, those little holes, are like half of the holes covered by one plate and half of the other holes is covered by the other plate. Make sure you bang it in and make sure everything's nice and straight. You see how I aligned? Everything's good. My laser level's still level with everything. And that hole we made, see, pretty easy now because I just got to go drill straight to the wood basically. But make sure you go straight because you see how I didn't put a lot of pressure, so it kind of went to the side. But now because I have that hole pre-made already, it's easier because imagine you have to go through the aluminum, then through the wood and holding it on the wall. So that's why I'm telling you to pre-drill the hole. It's just easier. Now you see how I'm slipping a little bit every so often and the screw's not stripping? Trust me, this crazy how high quality these parts. I was super impressed by this, and I'm just so glad I have one of these string swings already, because it was crazy to install the first time because I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to see if I failed or not, you know, and it was a great experience, but man, was it stressful. So I'm trying to help you guys the best I can. But you see, it's not going, that's only one screw. This thing ain't going anywhere at all. And so now you're going to repeat for every single side. And basically, because you don't want to see every single step, you know, it's the same thing. If you do, I have another video on my YouTube which show you super in detail. But these little strips, you're going to put them in, make sure it's like a speed bump, and the bump, make sure it's facing you. And you just slide it in. Pretty easy. It's going to just cover the screws and make it look nice. See how the screw right there? No screw there. And this little plate goes in the end. My bad, I forgot to show you in this video, but you know where it'll go. Now, these are the hooks for the guitars. Now you're gonna have a little hook, and you're gonna screw it into the little bar. These things are super durable. It feels like it's like textured, but I don't know exactly what kind of metal it is. But it's like everything's super tight and just like high quality, dude. So it's insane. But anyway, you want to tie it all the way, and then once it's all the way tight, you want to untighten it once, like go back one whole turn to give it some wiggle room. And this is how you install it. The hook goes like that, and then this little part just kind of slides in. It goes in like it hooks in and then slides in. You'll understand when you see the instructions, but pretty simple. And that's it. That's how it looks when you have all 5 installed. Pretty easy once you get to know it, but it was really hard when I did it. And this is the final result. I love it, man. It came out super good, dude. I'm super excited to have this. Thank you, String Swing, for everything. Godspeed.